In the early 14th century, a dark cloud of suspicion and intrigue loomed over the Knights Templar, a prestigious military order that had grown both powerful and wealthy since its founding during the Crusades. The dramatic trials held between 1308 and 1311 in the British Isles marked a turbulent chapter for the Templars, as they faced accusations that shook the very foundations of their existence. The tide against the Templars turned sharply when Pope Clement V, swayed by the political machinations of King Philip IV of France, issued the papal bull Pastoralis Praemunentii in 1307. This edict called for the arrest of all Templars and the seizure of their assets across Europe. In England, King Edward II found himself ensnared in this sweeping command, though he exhibited a notable reluctance compared to his French counterparts. In the British Isles, the Templars' fate diverged from the brutal proceedings in France, where torture and confessions under duress painted a grim picture of guilt. England, Scotland, and Ireland approached the situation with the semblance of judicial process. The English trials, led by ecclesiastical councils, were far less gruesome. Initially skeptical, Edward II delayed action, likely owing to a combination of political pragmatism and a lack of evidence supporting the grave charges of heresy and blasphemy. The trials in England commenced with a series of inquiries, where the Templars were summoned to answer the damning accusations laid before them. The allegations included grotesque charges of idolatry, heretical practices, and even devil worship. However, the evidence presented was tenuous, largely hinging on hearsay and coerced testimony. Unlike in France, English ecclesiastical courts were more insistent on due process, demanding credible proof and reliable testimonies. As the trials unfolded, the Templars defended their honor with fervor. Many knights testified to their faithfulness, loyalty, and adherence to the principles of Christianity. A compelling argument emerged around the lack of substantive evidence against them. While the order's financial holdings were indeed vast, implying political leverage, the English courts were not swayed into rash judgments. In Scotland, the Templars faced similarly subdued proceedings. The political landscape provided them a modicum of refuge, as the Scottish independence wars created distractions that lessened the focus on Templar persecution. In Ireland, the trials were also less intense, with many records pointing to a more perfunctory examination of the charges. Finally, in 1311, the Council of Vienne abrogated the Templar order, though notably without finding them guilty of the charges cast against them, a testament to the lack of evidence and the complex interplay of politics and religion during this epoch. In conclusion, the trials of the Knights Templar in the British Isles offered a striking contrast to the harsh fate of their brothers in France. They serve as a poignant reminder of the volatility of medieval politics and the precariousness of power. While the Templars' trials in England, Scotland, and Ireland did not culminate in a definitive verdict of guilt, the reverberations of these events marked the end of an era, echoing the intricate dance of influence, loyalty, and survival that defined the turbulent history of the Knights Templar.